Have I ever shown you my chair? I think I got it at West Elm. It's made of leather and it's very nice. Now I bought it used. It's an open box model. It's not brand new. So there's a very good chance one of you out there placed your in this thing before I do. So I want to thank you for keeping this warm. Now leather isn't everyone's favorite material these days. Defenders of dead cow skin maintain it's a natural byproduct of the meat industry, while critics say it's an environmentally damaging co-product. It's not just a nice to have extra like the juice that runs off your steak that goes well with mashed potatoes. Cows, of course, are a major contributor to climate change, whose methane-rich belches and farts, not unlike the ones one of you left in this chair at some point, are responsible for nearly 15% of all global greenhouse gas emissions. Kind of like how your dad hogging the TV all night can ruin the entire house with just some chips and dip and a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Experts say producing less meat could play a major role in reducing global temperatures, and raising fewer cattle would likely lead to a decrease in leather production. And some companies have already started embracing alternatives to the outside of a cow's body. There's the self-described magic word of Alcantara, a suede-like synthetic fabric that combines aesthetics and performance for things like sports cars and keyboards they sell at Best Buy. And just recently, Apple announced it's no longer using leather for its accessories. They've got these new fine woven cases and wallets and watch bands, which they describe as a luxurious and durable micro twill, which reviewers across the spectrum have found to range from perfectly fine to very bad. And in case you're pondering a purchase of a new chair that'll eventually become my used chair, you could always go green, or more specifically, electric lime. That's the name of the yellow greenish shade of color used in some tennis balls. The key ingredient of this seat seen here at the London Design Fair.
Bounce is a material that is made of tennis balls that are being collected from local tennis clubs in Brussels. All those tennis balls are being cut on the white line and then dyed and then slotted into plywood to create that material.
That's the product designer behind this used chair. She claims around 4 million tennis balls get discarded each year, so she's cutting them up and turning them into seats like these, which costs 2,000 pounds. Not only does it feel like a set piece worthy of Richie Tenenbaum himself, tennis balls have useful acoustic qualities.
They are made of very durable material, but interesting one. They are very sensorial, because it's like they are very tactile. So that fabric and that the rubber, and they have hair inside, and that would be, it's actually, when I looked into the material, I found it interesting maybe for the acoustic, because it can have like amazing acoustic properties for sun reflection and soundproof also spaces.
Our seat here, which looks large enough to accommodate both singles and doubles, is just one living room or tennis court ready option on display at the London Design Fair. It's an international event that just wrapped up at the end of September and draws hundreds of designers from all over the world to show off what's next in interior design, like rotating chairs in sand, innovations like plates, and this seat that looks either like the front or the back of a pig. Here's a chair made out of old shoes, and here's another chair made out of old shoe laces. This head of a design studio that asked artisan designers all around the world to donate chairs to its large table seems to have spent a lot more time thinking about chairs than you. No offense.
I think chairs are often a very functional piece in an interior, but I think we wanted to push the boundaries of that and see how far you could express a different identity through a chair. And perhaps people do overlook chairs in that way because they first and foremost need to be comfortable. But this was taking a different angle of, yes, it can be a functional piece, but what does it say about you? What does it make your guests feel when they come and join you at the table?
Now, many of these designs aren't intended for everyday use. They're conversation starters. For those who may want to ask things like, is this a chair? Has anyone seen my wooden sweater? And I didn't know my pasta maker crafted furniture. And it wasn't just seating on display at the design fair. One designer displayed these hand-woven lamps, costing anywhere from 130 to 200 pounds, that are inspired by the woven shopping baskets of Ghana. The founder of the company that makes these things, who descends from Ghana, explains what kind of home these things are made for.
Our biggest market, of course, is kind of that Mediterranean vibe. So it's either you actually are in the Mediterranean, or you want to bring an element of that kind of Mediterranean, like a little bit like I've traveled and I've been on holiday, into my home. Do you see what I mean? So it's the two that work together. Obviously it's natural material, so it gives that natural touch. It works really well in a home which is maybe a little bit more rustic in some ways.
And then there's this smart butterfly. Not only does it glow on your wall, its sensors observe the air and report its findings back to an app.
So if you're in your home and you notice that the device is not glowing blue anymore and the wings have changed to green, it means that the air quality is changing. If the wings glow red, it means that there's a problem with CO2 temperature or humidity, which might be to do with cooking or occupants. So that tells you that you need to improve the ventilation, open a door, open a window, put a fan on, ideally at different areas in the room so you can get a proper airflow.
Connected butterflies like these cost about 150 pounds. Or if you've got $9, you can instead fill your house with real butterflies. Nature Gift Store on Amazon will ship you 5 live caterpillars. And talk about customer service, they guarantee at least 3 of them will become happy adult butterflies. They'll ship them right to your door via the post office and also guarantee they'll arrive live, so long as it's not below 40 degrees or above 85 degrees in your area. And as the all caps states, you are responsible for checking temperatures in your area, in case you don't want to end up with a Halloween 3 masks worth of dead bugs. They're delivered by the post office, which by the way, has long shipped all kinds of live creatures across the country. But fair warning, shipping out day-old poultry incurs a 20 cents per pound fee. They also used to ship babies through the mail, which eventually became illegal, probably thanks to fierce congressional lobbying by all those DC storks.